Hey gang, we're in here. Welcome on back to the Cade and episode 6 of our revisitation of the 1998 Metal Gear Solid, one of the greatest games ever released for the PlayStation 1. In the last episode, we had to go back and forth and hammer and tong with our old compadre from our Foxhound days, Gray Fox, in what is really the first really good get-good battle in this game. We had to fight him to keep him from killing our new ally, Hal Emmerich, aka Otacon, who is the project manager and the designer for Metal Gear Rex, the giant walking bipedal tank that we have to blow up before this game ends in order to save the world one more time from the threat of nuclear annihilation. So we got all that out of the way, and now what we've got to do in this episode is we've got to work our way back up from here in Basement 2 of Building 2, up to basement level 1, and we've got to find Meryl. And when we find Meryl, that is also going to put us in a position where we are going to likely have another boss battle soon thereafter. But one of the things I do like about this game, and going back through it and revisiting it, is that it doesn't waste... For all the cutscenes and all the stuff that they talk about having a lot of bloat in these games, this game, of all the Metal Gear Solid games, to me, feels like it has the least amount of fat on it. Even though it does have a substantial amount. I'm not saying that it is purely a lean, mean fighting machine. But unlike Metal Gear Solid 2, Metal Gear Solid 3, and I think especially 4 and 5, Hideo Kojima, realizing that technically he didn't have a whole lot of room to spare with getting embellished with the storytelling aspects of it, as far as cutscenes and stuff like that. In this game, you get dropped right into the action, and even though the first hour was really all about getting tutorials and understanding how the game works, now that we're roughly 3 hours in already, you don't have the luxury of wasting a whole lot of time. So we pick up cardboard box B. Oh, and we ran into a guard, but that guard didn't do anything. Which means we have to come in here. Nobody home. Nobody home.
Don't move.
And we have found clothes and Miss Meryl Silverbergh, I presume.
That's the second time I've been able to sneak up on the legendary Solid Snake.
That is her.
You're Meryl? There's no way you could pass for a man for long.
What do you mean? Hey, men aren't allowed in here.
I had no idea you were so feminine.
This is no time to try and hit on me, Snake.
And in patented Hideo Kojima form, there's always got to be a little bit of innuendos.
When I joined up, they gave me psychotherapy to destroy my interest in men.
Same smart mouth. You're Meryl, all right. Are you hurt?
Not yet. After all, I was disguised
So
as a
we're
genome
definitely not going to get a
Why'd you
love story
change?
at the end of
You'd be a lot
this,
better off dressed
apparently.
like one of them.
I got tired of disguising myself. The truth is, the uniform smelled like blood.
And even though the graphics
that
are from
mark?
1998,
Huh? Oh, this? It's a paint tattoo.
Casual
It's not
observation.
real.
Does
I
seem
was
a little
fan
bit
of
nippy in
Foxhound
that
way
bedroom,
back.
or bathroom.
Guys like you and my uncle were in it. None of that gene therapy like there is today. You guys were real heroes.
There are no heroes in war. All the heroes I know are either dead or in prison. One or the other.
But Snake, you're a hero, aren't you?
I'm just a man who's good at what he does. Killing. There's no winning or losing for a mercenary. The only winners in war are the people.
That's right, and you fight for the people.
I've never fought for
Now, even
anyone
though the
but
graphics in
myself.
this game
I've got
aren't
no purpose in life,
as
no ultimate
spectacular
goal.
as they may
Come
seem
on.
It's
nowadays,
only when I'm cheating death on the battlefield.
the one thing that I
All the
always
time
have
I feel
appreciated
truly
about the original
alive.
Metal Gear Solid
Seeing other
is the
people die
voice
makes you
acting.
feel alive,
Granted,
huh? You love war and don't
it's
want
a
it to
little
stop.
ham-fisted
Same with
and
all great soldiers
dunderheaded
throughout
at
history.
times with the
Why didn't you
actual
contact me?
My
narrative
codex is
of
broken.
the story
Is
being
that all?
told.
Shouldn't you just be happy
But I
when
can't
they're
blame
up
that
like
on the
this?
voice
How did
actors.
you
The voice
recognize
actors are
me in
given the script,
disguise?
and
I
that's what
never
they're asked to
forget
do.
lady.
So there's something you like
And
about
that
me, huh?
David Hayter
Yeah,
became
you've got a great
the
butt.
definitive voice
Oh,
for
I
Solid
see.
Snake.
First it's my eyes, now it's my butt.
To the
What's
point
next?
where
On the battlefield,
in
you never think about what's
Metal Gear
next.
Solid 5, he wasn't brought in to be the voice of Solid Snake, which caused
So
a
Snake,
huge
how
amount of
are the
controversy
negotiations
among the fan base.
No progress.
Although it turned out that
So
there
it's
was a
all up to
reason
you,
why
huh?
that was the case, and if you
Somebody's gotta
are
stop them
interested in
from
playing the
launching
game,
a
I'm not
nuclear
going to
missile.
spoil it for you.
There are two ways. Either we destroy Metal Gear or...
But in all the
override
talks
the
that they've
detonation
had
code.
about doing another Metal
You
Gear
got the
game,
card keys
although
from
it
Baker?
seems very
Card
unlikely
keys?
now that Kojima and Konami have
You
been
mean
gone
this?
Where are the
their own
others?
ways
There
for
should
so
be three
long,
keys.
This is all I've got.
Where could the other two
then
be?
I
we
have no
may see
idea.
one,
They
but
must be somewhere.
if they
If
do,
we can't
what
find
the
them,
fan
we'll have
base
no
wants
choice
is they
but to
want David
destroy
Hayter to
Metal
come
Gear.
back and be the voice
Metal
of
Gear is in an underground
Solid
maintenance
Snake.
base to the north.
Take me too. I know this place better than you do.
You'll just slow me down. You don't have enough battle experience.
I won't slow you down. I promise.
And what if you do?
Then you can shoot me.
I don't like to waste bullets.
Got it. I'll be careful. You know, I don't use makeup the way other women do. I hardly ever look at myself in the mirror.
It's funny considering
I've
how
always
this whole
despised that
conversation
kind of
started
woman.
with her saying, I'm not interested in men,
I
I'm
always
my
dreamed
own
of becoming
person,
a
I do
soldier.
things my own way.
But I was
And
wrong.
now she has a moment of contemplation
It
where
wasn't
she's like,
really
oh, well,
my
now all of a sudden
dream.
I'm not really, maybe I'm not
My
feminine
father.
enough or whatever.
He was
It's,
killed in action when
again,
I was
it gets a
younger.
little
You wanted
ham-fisted
to
at
follow in your father's
times.
footsteps?
Not really. I
With
thought that
the
if I became
dialogue.
a soldier, I could understand him better.
So are you a soldier yet?
I thought I was.
But
till
that said,
today.
this game
Now
doesn't
I
have, like I said, it
understand.
doesn't have a whole lot of fat
Truth
on
is,
it.
I was just afraid of looking at myself,
You
afraid
know,
of having
it-
to make my own decisions in life. But I'm not gonna lie. to
Because it
myself
was put on a
anymore.
CD as opposed
It's
to a
time I took
DVD.
A long, hard look at myself. I want to know who
Hideo
I am,
had to
what
be
I'm
very,
capable
very
of. I want to know why
Smart
I've lived the
in
way I've lived
how
until
he
now.
crammed the
I
story and
want
how he
to know.
crafted the narrative.
Take a good look. You won't get another chance for a while. You should wash your face too while you're at it.
Yeah.
This isn't a training exercise. Our lives are riding on this. There are no heroes or heroines. If you lose, you're worm food.
Yeah.
Your
Is that
fertilizer.
Famas functional?
Unfortunately, it's out of ammo.
Where'd you get that Desert Eagle?
I found it in the armory. It's a 50 caliber Action Express. There was a SOCOM pistol too, but I chose this.
Huh. So I got a
When in
leftover,
doubt,
huh?
go with the hand cannon.
Isn't that gun a little big for a girl?
Don't worry, I can handle it.
Come on, use my 45.
Listen,
In a
I've used gun
related
like this
fact,
since I was 8
when
years
I was a
old. I'm more
teenager, I
comfortable with it
knew
than I
a
am
friend of
with
mine
the
from
law.
school lived with a guy who had a Desert Eagle. And she
If
ended
you're
up
gonna go
going
to
into the
North, we'll
Marine
have to
Corps
go
when
through
we
the commander's
graduated.
room on
She
this floor.
did
The
quite a
overland
bit
route is
in the
blocked by
Corps,
glaciers.
working on tanks and whatnot.
The door to the commander's room is security
But
level 5.
She took it
It's
out
hard
and
to
showed
open
it to us. Obviously, the
It was
magazine
inside
and
the
the
pocket of
bullets
the
were out,
uniform I
but
was
I got to
wearing.
hold this
Looks
thing.
like he must have been
And
guarding some
if
place
you
in
never
the
held a
woods.
Desert Eagle, I mean, I'm not a 90-pound weakling, so to say, but, you know, I'm not Lou Ferrigno
Okay,
either.
let's go.
But
I know
that
this place
thing
better than
was
you.
hefty, and I can
I'll
only
be quick
imagine
then.
how much of a kick
Follow
it
me.
has pulling the trigger on it. And if I remember it right, that one was designed to hold 44 caliber bullets,
That's
not 50
strange.
caliber
There's no
bullets.
guard.
What happened to the music?
I'll keep a lookout. Make sure you're ready, okay?
So, by getting ready, what we need to do is we need to pick up stuff over here. Whoop. Get in there, Snake. So, FAMAS bullets, SOCOM bullets. We don't need remote-controlled missiles. And we have a level 5 card now, which will be helpful. More FAMAS bullets. Night vision goggles. The night vision goggles will be even better, because that will allow us to see things that we normally couldn't, like when we went through those beams to get out into this area of the fortress. And diazepam is what we need for when we are able to use a sniper rifle, which will be coming up eventually. For right now, I want to turn my gun off. I can't go in
Snake,
here.
What are you doing? Let's go to the commander's room.
And I can't use the elevator because we've got to go into the commander's room, which is going to set up this fight with Psycho Mantis. And this fight right here was what really got people's attention 25 years ago to what Kojima had created.
Oh, it hurts.
What's wrong?
Don't come here, Snake.
Are you okay? What happened?
Either she had the mother of all migraines, or
I'm fine.
something is up.
Okay. Let's go.
Meryl, I know I've only known you for about 5 minutes, but you don't seem right in the head.
Come on, Mr. Foxhound. The commander is waiting.
So in we go. The door will shut. And we take a look around really quick. Come back over here. And now things start to go sideways, because now we have Meryl and her cannon pointed at us.
Snake, how do you like me?
What the?
Do you like me? Hold me, Snake.
What's wrong?
Oh, hurry, hurry. Make love to me. Oh, Snake, I want you.
Who's that?
You don't like girls?
So what I need to do at this point is I need to knock her out, but not kill her. Because Meryl has a life bar, and if that life bar runs out, then it's game over.
I hope that's not your only trick.
You doubt my power? Now, I will show you why I am the most powerful practitioner of psychokinesis and telepathy in the world.
And say hello to Psycho Mantis.
There's no need for words, Snake. I'm Psycho Mantis. That's right. This is no trick.
Now this cutscene was considered one of the most groundbreaking moments in video game history in 1998. And I'm not being hyperbolic saying that. Because here, what he does, he goes back through the game and reads your game file to see how well you've done.
You're a careless man, aren't you?
And he says that because I've died a couple of
You're a
times,
poor warrior as well.
and I haven't killed a lot of people.
However, you are skillful at eluding traps. Still don't believe me? Now I'll read
So
more
now he will go through, and if you have anything that's Konami related on your memory card, he would read it.
Your
Which is
memory
why he says your memory's completely clean. I don't have any other Konami games on this card. But if I had like Castlevania on there, that's where the classic meme of, oh, you like Castlevania, don't you? That's where that came from.
I can read you like an open.
And then the last bit he does is that he will use the vibration control in the PlayStation controller,
I will show you.
and they will have it move it. Which was the craziest thing. We didn't get this sort of full sensory experience playing video games in 1998. We really don't even have it to that great effect now, even though vibration controls are really common in pretty much every console and game controller you can buy nowadays.
What do you think now? Can you feel my power now? The demonstration is over.
So what we need to do at this point, and I'm only pausing this for a good reason, because he will cut the feed out, and once the feed comes back on, the fight will ensue. But in order to beat Psycho Mantis, the trick is that you have to be able to swap your controller from port 1 to port 2. If you keep it in port 1, then he will be able to anticipate, based on your movements on your controller, how to evade you and not get hit. Which is genius thinking about it in terms of an interactive battle in a boss fight. I've never seen that done in another game before, haven't seen it done since. where you have a boss fight that can anticipate what you're doing based on the movements of your controller. So in order to get by him, and I'm using an emulator to do this, so you may see it, I have to go here to port 2, switch this over to analog, and switch this off. So now you will see when I close this and I hit pause, I'll be able to start running around again. But because I'm in controller port 2, he can't read what I'm doing, so he can't anticipate where my attacks are going to come from. So now what I have to do is I'm going to evade his telekinetic bolts that he will fire off at random from different locations in the room. And then he's going to start pulling out. And I need my machine gun for this. And I want that ration, so now I've got 2, and that's hopefully going to be enough. So now he'll bring the chairs out. And I can keep him in the middle of the room. And then he'll bring those out. Now he'll start summoning over little things. From around the room, and I've got to evade these. Summon the deer heads and put them over here. Now he'll bring everything from across the room, but he will sit right here. And then he cuts the feet again. And now we start over with him throwing the kinetic bolts. And if I can get a draw on him before he throws the bolt, I can actually hit him. But it's better to be patient and sit back and wait on it, because eventually he'll start bringing out the chairs. And he'll summon the statues. Summon the antlers over again. Put those back. No, you idiot. Oh, I had a golden chance to hit him and I kept missing. He's on my back up against the table. It is one of the frustrating things about this game is that the controller does not always do what you want it to. Like, I had an open shot at him and I completely whiffed. I was able to shoot him through the table. Statues come out. I just got to avoid these lanterns. And the antlers again. There we go.
Why couldn't I read your mind?
And his frustration comes because he can't read what I'm doing on the controller. So now I've got to put my gun away and not let Meryl shoot me. And knock her out. So now that she'll get up one more time, and now I have to stop her from doing the worst thing possible, and if I let her go through with this, it's game over.
And blow your brains out.
Stop! Meryl!
And now she's out. And now he can't use her for the rest of the fight. So now I'm just going to be able to anticipate where he's going to be. And stay out of the way of those bolts. Now I still have one ration left, which is good. But this is far and away the most tedious part of this fight. Because it's all hide and seek. And as soon as he goes invisible, I can't hit him. So I kind of have to wait for him to come to me. And I've still got one ration left, which is good. Go. And just whittle him down. I was shooting right at him. He should have been gone. He should have been able to hit me from that angle. That's annoying. Oh, and I had it right. Alright, now he's gonna bring the whole kit and caboodle at me. But he's almost dead, and down he goes.
Colonel, your niece is going to be okay.
Thanks, Snake. I owe you one.
Now that Mantis is beaten, Meryl's brainwashing should wear off, right, Naomi?
Yes. But why did you go so far out of your way to save her? For Campbell's sake, or maybe it's because you like her?
I don't want to see any woman die right in front of me.
Oh, really? Since when did anybody's death bother you so much?
That's
Naomi,
harsh.
It's true that Snake has killed a lot of people, but that doesn't mean he doesn't have a heart.
It's okay, Colonel. She's right.
So, you used the other... I wasn't able to read the future.
A strong man doesn't need to read the future. He makes his own.
Perhaps so, but I'll read your future. To get to Metal Gear's underground maintenance base, you have to go through that hidden door. There's a hidden door behind the bookcase. The overland route. It's blocked by frozen glaciers. Go past the communication towers. Then use the tower's walkway.
Why are you telling me this?
I can read people's people's minds. In my lifetime, I have read the pasts, presents, and futures of thousands upon thousands of men and women.
Oh, gross.
And each mind that I peered into was stuffed with the same single object of obsession. That selfish and atavistic desire to pass on one's seed. It was enough to make me sick. Every living thing on this planet exists to mindlessly pass on their DNA.
Well, you can't fight
Designed
instinct,
that
dude.
way.
That's how the
That's
world
why
is
there is
literally
war.
wired.
But you are different. You're the same as us. We have no past, no future. We live in the moment. That's our only purpose. Humans weren't designed to bring each other happiness. From the moment we're thrown into this world, we're fated to bring each other nothing but pain and misery.
I would be curious to see what his face looks
first
like in an
person whose
HD
mind I
situation.
dove into
Because it looks like
was
he
my
went through a
father's.
considerable lobotomy,
I
or
saw
like had the
nothing
top
but
of his
disgust
skull
and
removed.
hatred for me in
So it
his
looks like he's
heart.
got a halo of stitch scars.
My mother died in childbirth. And he despised me for it. I thought my father was going to kill me. That's when my future disappeared. I lost my past as well. When I came to, the village was engulfed in flames.
Are you saying that you burned your village down to bury your past?
I see that you have suffered the same trauma. We are truly the same, you and I. The world is a more interesting place with people like you in it. I never agreed with the boss's revolution. His dreams of world conquest do not interest me. I just wanted an excuse to kill as many people as I could.
You monster.
Let him talk. He doesn't have much time left.
I've seen through evil. You, Snake, you're just like the boss. No, you're worse. Compared to you, I'm not so bad.
Ouch.
I read her mind as well.
Meryl's?
I saw you there. You have a large place in your heart.
A large place?
Yes, a large place. But I do not know if your futures lie together. I have a last request.
What is it?
My mask. Put it back on.
Okay.
Like this, other people's thoughts force their way into my mind before I die. I want to be by myself. I want to be left alone in my own world. I'll open the door for you. If you want to find your future, go through that door. This is the first time I've ever used my power to help someone. It's strange. It feels kind of nice.
And with that, Psycho Mantis is dead.
Let's go, Meryl.
And no more
I'm
time for
sorry.
sentiment.
Meryl?
How could I let Mantis control my mind like that?
If you're gonna doubt yourself, I'll leave you here.
You're right.
Never doubt yourself. Just let it make you stronger. Learn something from it.
You're right. I'm sorry. I won't do it again. Snake, can I ask you something?
What?
About what Mantis said. I was just wondering.
What? What's the problem now?
Oh, no, nothing. So, tell me, Snake. What's your name? Your real name?
A name means nothing on the battlefield.
How old are you?
Old enough to know what death looks like.
Any family?
No, but I was raised by many people.
Is there anyone you like?
I've never been interested in anyone else's life.
So you are all alone. Just like Mantis said.
Other people just complicate my life. I don't like to get involved.
You're a sad, lonely man.
Come on, let's go.
You try and convey her that there's no time for small talk, and then, sure enough, onwards you go. So, now that that's done, I can switch my controller back over, and I won't have to do this again for the rest of the game, but if you decide to play this game on an emulator, I would highly recommend you use DuckStation to do it, because that way it allows you to go back and forth switching between the ports. I don't know if any other emulator programs do it, they probably do, but this one was fairly quick and doesn't take long to set up. I'm using an Xbox One controller that you can just plug into a USB port. It'll auto-program and be able to give you everything you need on it. So, but now that we have made it through this part of the game and we've gotten past Psycho Mantis, now we need to figure out what is on the other side of this door. But we are going to leave it here as we are now at 32 minutes and counting for this episode. But we managed to get quite a bit done. So, in the next episode, obviously, we'll figure out what's on the other side of that door. And now, as according to what Mantis said, we'll be outside Building 2 on the top side where the glaciers are, and that will allow us to work our way over to the building where Metal Gear is stored. So, we're making good progress in this game. Again, there's not, for all the superfluous cutscenes and the bit of dialogue that now seems unnecessary, it's fairly straightforward and you don't waste a whole ton of time. So if you've been enjoying the content, as always, best way to show it, hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, ring the bell to be notified of new episodes as they post. Remember, we have Sports Saturday and Suckerpunch Sunday coming up this weekend, where we play a classic sports and fighting or fighting platform-based game from the 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th generation. And be sure to follow us on social media through Instagram and Threads at Ronin's Retrocade. Help spread the word about us so we can continue to build our subscriber base and make this channel bigger and better. My name is Ronin. It's been great to spend this half an hour with you. Be safe, be well, happy gaming. We'll talk to you in the next one as we carry on in our revisitation of Metal Gear Solid. Bye.